Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of Cookiecast. Today on Cookiecast, it's our football podcast. You can't see the forest for the teas. Join myself, James Panas, and Paul Williams as we discuss last week's games and the upcoming games for this week. There might even be a quiz if you're lucky. So here we go. This is Cookiecast. You can't see the forest for the teas.
So I said to her,
Not in the mouth.
oh, sorry, I'll have to leave that one for next then. That's not what I said to her, but you get my point.
I said to her, how much for kissing? So, yeah.
I don't know what that's from.
Neither.
So, did you end up doing it last week?
Yeah.
Yeah, he did.
Was it piss poor?
It was like spread over about 8 minutes, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
it took a good...
Let's not go down that route again now.
Ladies and
I'm
gentlemen, boys and
talking
girls,
about
welcome to another weekly instalment of football-based trivia banter. And it is called You Can't See the Forest for the Teas. I was thinking about this the other week.
Were you thinking
Do we need to
Middlesbrough are so far down the league we can't see the T's anymore?
Probably. Do we need to make it more Borough Forest based
Yeah.
rather than just being football generic? I don't know.
I mean, this week in football
It's handy. Oh,
covers a lot of stuff.
have I got a story? Oh,
Maybe you could.
I need to
add
stop eating.
Maybe you could add a
put it
segment.
down then.
So this week in football, and then this week in what's going on in Middlesbrough.
This week in
That would require
Middlesbrough and
me
Forest.
to put in homework.
We've all got to do homework, James.
We should all have
Do
homework.
some homework before then.
Okay. Well, that's fine because you can do it whilst we.
Not shoot each
Tucking-
other up.
That is absolutely what we're doing. You can do it whilst we tuck into our little Chinese treat box. That's not me being racist or anything like that. That's literally what we're eating. Chinese food supplied by a Chinese takeaway.
I believe it's.
I thought he was going to mention an Asian lady's name there.
Asian American.
Not Oriental, as we
Correct.
discussed the other week.
No inclusion.
Can't use that anymore.
Oh, we had that as a family discussion
PC.
the other day as well.
Really?
Yeah, they tried it. Oh no, it wasn't a family one. It was when we were at the pub with Stella and Tom.
It was.
Oh no, it wasn't a family one. It was a clan meeting, wasn't it?
Oh dear.
Anyway,
Right. So this week in football.
well, it is Paul.
Crack on.
You've been dying
Well,
with
I
this.
don't know if that's something you just dive straight into. It might be one for the end of the segment.
He's been very cryptic, haven't they?
So this week in football.
Nothing happened. No.
So Man City, obviously coming off the defeat to Norwich the week before, decided, shall we absolutely spank the living fuck out of
They played
Watford?
bottom of the league.
So after, in fact, let's get into guess. After 18 minutes, what do you think the score
I
was?
think I saw something when I was in the gym. Something about Man City having an absolute nightmare. Or was it the other way around?
That would have
It
been
was absolutely the other way around.
unless you're talking about the week before.
So they lost last week.
18 minutes, 4-0.
5.
Close, 5-0.
To the point where when they were reporting it on Sky Sports, it was, oh my god, they've not scored for 3 minutes.
Oh, bless.
Was it like 1 minute and then 4 minutes?
So it was. I
Was
think
it a penner on
the
4?
first goal was it was open play. It was David Silva,
No, that was the first one.
but they scored after 56 seconds.
But
something
then
like that.
there's a second one, a penalty.
But I don't think any of them were a penalty.
Were they not?
No.
Oh, alright then.
Oh, Aguero. Maybe it was a penner. I can't remember, to be honest with you. I didn't think he scored the second.
They got the old
Either
goal.
way.
Aguero, did you say?
Yeah. But he probably only scored 1 out of the
8.
8 that it finished up.
So they
I left at half time and said to my dad, because it ended up being 5 at half time.
I think it was
didn't
5 at half
So
time.
5
No,
after-
maybe it was 6 at half time.
Or maybe I left just before half time, because he said, it's 5-0, what do you think this is going to end up? I was like, you never get those outrageous results anymore. I was like, it'll be 7 at max by end of the game, and then like I had to go to Dolly for that wedding. So I didn't see until I got there like what the final score was.
Yeah, so 8-0.
Can you imagine if we'd have had to predict that game?
I maintain
I came close when I predicted Man City versus...
Burton.
Was it Burton or was it...
It would have been in the cup, wouldn't it? So it probably would have been Burton because it should have been Borough because that's who Borough played in the cup in the round before. So really, Borough should have beaten them.
The next round wrong.
Yeah. Yeah, I maintain that people say, "Oh, can you imagine if you'd have had £1 on that?" There's always some absolute idiot in the crowd who will have had City 8-0, David Silva first goal.
There'll be loads of people who just did literally have like £1 on 7, 8, 9 to cover them all.
Well, if you think about it, in the last, do you know what? It's not actually that ridiculous a pick. Because if you go over the past 5 or 6 seasons, how many times have Man City scored 5 or more in a game?
So
Probably 2 or 3
They were saying that
times a
this is
season.
the state of the Premier League where they were like, now people are predicting Man City to just win 4 or 5 every week.
You go to the bookies or you go on your betting app before the game starts, take a tenner, which nowadays, a couple of beers maybe, and you literally
Not
go
New York.
£1 for 1-0, 2-0, all the way up to 10-0. Pop it there because obviously your odds are going to be like 1-0 odds are going to be almost nothing.
No. If it's the other way around. So you'd probably get better odds on City to win 1-0 than City to win 3-0
1-0 here.
because they'll score so many goals that it's probably like it probably would have been 5-1 Man City to win the game 1-0, 3-0 Man City probably like 11-4.
Did you see Backlash though, where they were saying like this Premier League's gone like mental now? Shouldn't be having results like this. It's like you didn't used to have this in the olden days, like early in three.
When United beat Ipswich 9-0, and when they beat Forest away 8-1.
And I think the one that's been banded around did Middlesbrough do City 8-1.
Yeah, on the last day of the season. So Middlesbrough, this is before Man
City
City
now
started with the massive.
They're apparently the first top flight team to, or is it just in the Premier League era, to have now conceded 8 in a game and scored 8 in a game.
That can't be the first time we've scored 8 since then. Well, apart from the League Cup game.
He just said something there that,
Premier League.
Just said something there that reminded me of one of the first questions of today's quiz, and I was like, gave me shivers.
Rising.
But there has been quite a few big scores, so I don't think it's that new.
No, man.
I think it's only weird now because people don't commit to them kind of like goal scoring events. They just basically shut up shop after like 6. You know, if they're really tonking someone.
Yeah, like you'll always see that if a team goes absolutely like apeshit and scores 5 in the first half, the game more often than not ends 5, or they'll score 1 more, or the other team will get 1.
Mm-hmm.
That's normally, and then they can come in and have the moral victory of, oh well, at least we won the second half. But yeah, that's probably the biggest news. Sadly, we've got more.
I know where you're going now.
We've had more racist stuff, and sadly, came at Hartlepool United. Not good.
Is this anything to do with
So
Monkey?
Dover,
I was just about to say, tell me it's not a Monkey Hangers reference.
So Dover, like they were playing Dover at the weekend. Dover scored a penalty in about the 41st minute, I think, and it must have been at the town end, which is one of the home ends. The guy must have obviously gone to celebrate, and there's obviously been something said by the crowd, to obviously which he's reacted quite rightly. And then the Hartlepool players, the black Hartlepool players, have gone in to sort of like back their fellow player, and the fans have then started racially abusing them as well. And it's like, these are players of your own team. What the fuck are you doing? I mean, like, not that I'm like condoning it for the opposition or anything like that. And it's just like, how on earth can this still be going on? It's just absolutely.
It's a situation where it's getting to that point now where they need, obviously you're not going to get it at a Hartlepool game as such, but they need cameras on the pitch, they need cameras on the crowd, they need to be pointing people out. And
they've got them.
They do that. I mean, people do get like.
There's been arrests made so far.
Lifetime ban from any football stadium, any football
if it's
match
proven for these Pools fans, I say fans, they'll get lifetime bans.
Sure.
So that's it. But yeah, it's just
Before I discuss it,
but how many weeks is that now?
It's what me personally.
Oh, is it? Oh, right. Okay, so we can go for it then.
Mm-hmm.
So the other thing, what Phil Jones did or didn't say on camera.
Oh yeah. So Man United played on Sunday against West Ham. Lost the game 2-0.
Was it as the second one went in that he said it?
It'll have been around that time, or it'll have been towards the end of the game or something like that. And the camera pans round and is on Phil Jones, who sat up in the stand because he's not in the matchday squad.
Because he's shit.
And you see him mouth. He certainly seems to mouth something along the lines of "sacked in the morning," and the chief exec is sat in front of him and turned around and said, "You're on camera. Stop it." So
it's one thing when I'm saying you're getting fired in the morning, but
all the crowd is allowed to say it.
Yeah,
I don't think anyone at the club is allowed to say it.
You wouldn't have thought so, would you? So yeah, that's the latest one doing the rounds and stuff like that.
I think it's ridiculous to sack him.
I don't think he should have been given the job in the first place. Personally,
In hindsight, you could say so.
The job is too big for a man of his stature. He's not got the pedigree.
What they were saying was
5 years time, he might have had enough experience to take on that job.
Right, the squad and the state that Mourinho left the club in. You know, like people pissed off. This is the playing squad we've got. This is the money we've got to spend or whatever. People have been questioning this week, like even if Ferguson had come back in, would he be in any better situation than what Solskjaer's here now?
So people said, didn't they, that when Mourinho said that like him getting United to second place was his greatest achievement in football, and then people were like, but he's won like Champions Leagues with like Porto and Inter Milan, and he's won the league with Real Madrid and Chelsea and all those other teams as that. And they said, but look at how bad United are now. Maybe he had a fucking point.
Compared to the squads that Ferguson had at his disposal and stuff. I mean, I've always maintained that last Premier League that Ferguson won, he stole that one. I don't know how that squad.
He won it because Man City basically imploded a little bit.
But really. That was a fairly...
Van Persie was basically bought to get him a league because they lost the team. Because they lost the league the season before on goal difference. Ferguson basically went out and said, right, well that's not fucking happening again. I'll get a guy who will guarantee us goals. Knew that Van Persie was coming to the end of his Arsenal contract. They didn't want to lose him for nothing. So was it like 20 million they paid for him, something like that?
Yeah.
Went out and bought him, guaranteed him goals, and they won the league. So fair enough. Vindication.
And almost what Mourinho did with Man United. He wouldn't have done that without Ibrahimovic. Same thing. Got a talisman. Although he did say that he'd come back if they wanted him, didn't he?
Mourinho?
No, Ibrahimovic.
Oh, right, I see.
Because he's got a massive ego, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's a little bit of a ego maniac. So. What were you going to say?
We'll see what happens there with Solskjaer.
Oh, absolutely no idea.
But I think he should. Whoever you have in that role, you've just got to give them a run at it now.
See, what they should do is if they do get rid of Solskjaer, they should just ring up Paul Ince and say, all right, Paul, you've given it large, so that you could do a better job. You could do the job.
He said him Brucey were better.
In you come.
Yeah.
Off you go.
But
who's your tools?
Right. Okay. If they did attack him, who do you bring in? Honestly.
At this time,
do you go high profile foreign?
Probably.
Do you go
what is Tony
ex-Club Lebanon
at the moment?
Oh my word! Can you imagine?
I'll get TP on the phone.
Baseball cap.
I'll tell you what, he's got more of a chance than Tony Pulis to get in.
Well, I'll just say, I mean, I've got nothing on at the moment. Well, that's not true.
Can you imagine?
But honestly, where do you think? Because I don't see anyone can walk in and do better.
Arsene Wenger in your cup.
That would be a story.
Incredible. That would be amazing. Van Gaal getting back in for a little bit. Right, is that...
Did Moisey served his time on the bench?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I got swallowed into the Moisey one, honestly. When Ferguson went, this is the man, I was like, yeah, he is.
I called it before Ferguson even left. I said, as soon as Ferguson leaves, the next manager who comes in will last 6 months. Maybe not even that. Because it will be that much of a change that no matter who the manager was, they wouldn't have been able to cope with it.
He wasn't picking the side, he was literally running the whole club.
Yeah.
Wasn't he? And
that was the problem. They had to make so much of a change because it went from being one man controlling what about 5 people would do to having to do all the different people and stuff like that. And yeah, it's going to take time. I suppose United fans just have to hope it doesn't take them Liverpool amount of time to win the league again.
Liverpool are absolutely going to win the league this year.
Are they though?
Yes.
Wait for the implosion. It'll be hilarious when it happens. Is that everything?
He wants to get on.
He's itching, isn't he?
Right,
I
so-
know what it is now.
It's like he needs some kind of...
This week in football,
Did anything else happen in real football?
I don't know. At this point, I don't fucking care. So, Monday Night Football, not on Sky Sports. We're talking about York College, Monday Night Football. It's raining. The turf... I say the turf. It's that 3G stuff.
AstroTurf.
No, it's that 3G rubber crumb stuff, so it's supposed to look like grass. Feel like grass.
How's it feel on your knees when you're sliding around?
Pretty good. It's all right, actually.
Oh, is
All you end up with is just loads of black. Like,
Oh,
just
right,
like black marks on you.
Oh yeah, you got it all on the top, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, it's raining. Slick surface. The ball is pumped forward. I managed to find myself in the forward space. The ball is looping. I spot the keeper. He's off his line. If I time this right, I can just knock the header beautifully to arch over the goalkeeper and land in. So, I see it coming. I've got a defender somewhat close to me.
I would
Managed
love
to
it if the story had it in the
shrug him off, and then basically glance with the flick afterwards is what does it. And the ball, like I say, arches over the keeper. The keeper just looks. The keeper just has to watch it.
Was he in no man's land?
He was in the corridor of uncertainty, as Mr. Boycott would say. And the ball clips the post and nestles in the bottom of the net. I wheel away.
Did you have an appropriate celebration?
Do you know what? At the
Sure.
time, I was like, I can't actually quite believe that's happened there, because it was like, no offense, not bragging or anything like that, but if it hadn't been scored in a real game, people would be going, "That's a great header," because I timed it perfectly. Got the arch on it.
If
and
you'd
stuff like that.
envisioned what you wanted to happen,
I couldn't
it
have
happened.
I couldn't have pulled it off any better. And everyone was just saying, I'm like, I thought you'd missed that. And I was like, I did too. I thought it was going to drop wide. And then when it sort of nestled in the corner, I was like, woo!
It suddenly got a bit camp.
To win the game, I presume.
No, we weren't keeping score. I can't remember what the score was. I'm pretty sure we got absolutely told.
This is Thursday one. That's the serious.
Thursday nights is the competitive one. So far,
Monday night's the training.
Monday night is just a kickabout with the lads. Thursday night we've played 8. We've won 8. Our goal difference is plus 75.
Are you still the
It's
goalie?
not a very competitive league.
Are you still the goalie?
I am still the goalie.
Oh, but you say it's not a competitive league because you purposely stay in that league.
No. So we won it the first season we were in there. Got promoted, then got fucking tonked each week. So we've dropped back down. But I
And
think
you're going to stay in this
the
league,
idea is that we need to re-register, but we're going to skip it out and then re-register to join the same league again.
Surely it can't
Our
have
original
fun just
plan-
absolutely caning people.
Our original plan was to basically, so we play 5-a-side, but they also do a 6-a-side league as well. So our plan was win the 5-a-side league, then register for the 6-a-side league, win that, then drop back down to the 5-a-side league again, so we go back at the bottom.
So like a two-way champion.
Yeah, basically. But yeah, it's weird. So that was my this week in Monday Night Football story. Tune in next week for more, hopefully, shenanigans.
Shenanigans.
Is it predictions time? Well, roundup predictions.
Right, we've got 3 games to talk about. Let's not dilly-dally on this. The first one I've got
Dilly-dilly.
listed here is Cardiff City versus middle of the borough.
Now,
Ooh.
I don't
Ooh.
want to be that person.
Do you know something? The way I've written Cardiff City, so the Y that's coming below the line, and then I've written a prediction below that, it looks like you've predicted 1-6 on this game. So
Well, I didn't.
you didn't.
You predicted 1-0.
I predicted 1-0 to Cardiff City,
You did.
and the game finished.
Did you?
Cardiff City 1, Middlesbrough 0.
What a twat.
Wow.
I can't believe you were the only one that I bet backed Cardiff as well.
What do you mean? Well, I told you we don't do well at Cardiff. Basically, I very much let my head be ruled by my heart on this one.
And if memory
No,
serves...
hang on. Head overruled the heart.
Yeah, if memory serves, no one got the goal scorer. I had him at the other end, I think.
Yeah. So James gets minus points because he picked Ashley Fletcher to score, which he did. Unfortunately, it was in the Borough end.
Oh, gee.
So
He's joking, I'm not losing a point.
Sticking down for a minus point.
Minus point. So, Paul's off to a great start.
2-0. 2 points even. 2 points. Dos points.
Let's talk Nottingham Forest versus...
Well,
I think we had a...
I just need to... One sec. I think I just need to just remind ourselves what we went for at Cardiff.
Well, I couldn't have been much more wrong.
1-1.
Good English.
Because I went for 1-0 Borough.
Actually, Fletcher. Brit, obviously.
Brit.
What did I say?
You fancied little draw.
Oh, I did. Right, okay.
Because you know what I'd be saying? We had all bases covered, so someone was getting a point.
And you are getting minus point.
Yeah.
The most irritating thing about that was the fact that the goal was scored after 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean that.
Was he just back defending the corner or
I
something?
think so. I've not seen it
Something
yet.
like that, where like if you knew the outcome, you could just leave. I was watching a game in Forty yesterday, and I knew what the end score was. So at the point that they hit that score, I was like, "There's 5 minutes left in this game. Can I just turn it off now?" Nottingham Forest
Just remind me.
versus the single most Yorkshire team going.
Barnsley.
Just remind me what your prediction was. I'm just interested.
We all predicted very
Forest win.
similar.
Oh, right. If we predicted very similar, we're all fucking wrong then.
So
You're probably less wrong than me and Paul. Did you go for 3?
No.
2-1?
No.
2-0?
Literally, we all went the same in increments of 1. So it was 2-0, 3-0, 4-0.
It
was
1-0.
2.
To Forest.
So we all get a point.
Alright.
Now this will separate the wheat from the chaff. Who scored?
Do you know?
I can't remember.
No one ever predicts this scorer.
Semedo again.
No, because it was wait for it, Watson.
I don't even know. Oh, Ben Watson.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
So just ones then.
Yeah.
Nobody predicted that.
Yeah.
What does that do for the weekly scores, Andrew?
3-1-1.
I don't like the way this is going.
3-1-1.
Well, technically,
We do have a cheeky game on tonight, don't we?
Technically, there is another game from this week to come.
But it's not kicked off yet.
It's not kicking off for at least another hour.
Oh.
It's Arsenal Forest where I think I predicted a solid Forest win.
Unbelievable. Although to be fair, Forest have made a name for themselves of going to
And also, as we pointed out,
results this week. Yeah, this season. So.
As we pointed out, Arsenal played on Sunday after next Sunday tea time.
And had a man sent off and still won the game.
Did we have any money on the third game?
No. We didn't put bets on.
We decided to leave that one.
That's what I thought, because I've only got one lot of money, so no money.
There's
so
no money. It's just for points.
Bring us another £231 to our
Sadly, there are
coffers.
no money. There's no more money going into the coffers.
Disappointing though. I honestly thought. I saw it when it was 0-0 at half time in that game, and it went to the match report, and it was like they were like, "Have Barnsley got a chance?" Or how's it going? They were like, "No, it's just a surprise that Forest haven't got goals by now." Apparently, it was all Forest.
Bloody hell.
So we'll have to leave that one.
We'll cover that in next week.
Yeah,
next week. What have we got this week?
Oh, I can't wait for this week. Shall I start off?
Yeah.
We're the Friday one.
Ooh.
Really?
Away at bottom of the league, Stoke. Well, actually, in fairness,
dear.
Huddersfield now bottom of the league.
I don't know actually.
I don't know if Stoke have had a draw since. They got 3 points between them, haven't they? Huddersfield and Stoke. I think.
Huddersfield bottom, Stoke
Second
second bottom.
Oh yeah, because Huddersfield got spanked by West Brom in the late game.
Not spanked. They were
4-2.
2-1 up. They were 2-1 up at that point, at one point in the
Right.
second half, and then just
4-2 I'd say
capitulated.
spanking.
Well,
Yeah, so we've got Forest away at Stoke.
Okay.
I am going for Stoke 0, Forest 3. I think it is a tough place to score goals, but I think they're terrible.
they are not very good. The only thing I would say is that they've got to start getting points at some point.
Yes, just not against us.
Forest have played well against teams that they shouldn't be beating. This smells incredibly of Stoke have no chance in this game, therefore we'll scrape a 1-0 win, and it will probably come off, even though he's not playing, Peter Crouch's inner bollocks or something like that.
However, similar situation to playing Barnsley at the weekend, and we still got the win. Was at home though.
Yeah, I mean, you keep going.
So 3 goal scorers for Forest. Grabban obviously is going to score. Will always score. Upset last week.
I mean, let's not talk about last season.
Let's go for Samba Sow. And I think maybe Amiobi off the bench. Which means definitely Joe Lawley's going to score now. Yeah.
Do you want to go? Do you want me to go?
Stoke City 1,
Saw this coming.
Nottingham Forest 0.
Really? You bastard.
So I'm serious. I just Stoke and Huddersfield will get a win at some point in the next couple of weeks, and it will be against a team that you would have thought they'd have no chance against. Plus, Forest haven't really had like a poor result yet, have they? I mean, they've lost a game, but
The only game we lost against was opening day to West Brom, which I think is absolutely
that's fine.
acceptable.
Yeah. So they're due.
And
They're due a bad un.
And in that game, we started really, really well. And then Muric basically just handed them goals and has not really been seen since.
I'll have a look.
Is there only 2 games this week? Because obviously we've got one in play today.
No, there are 2 games technically, so we've got games to pick on the Tuesday following as well.
Right.
So
Well, let's go for Borough. I've not even looked at.
Space.
I've not looked
My
beyond
goal
that
scorer,
fixtures,
I will go for Tom Ince.
I'm in your camp. I went for a 0-2. And
He's got a good job.
He's going for a grab and double.
He's not.
close, because I have gone with a Grabham. Just a little one. Just a little one.
He's going to go Ollie.
Uncle.
Adoma.
Doma.
Good lad.
Yes. Let's talk
Right.
Middlesbrough football. Home or away?
Home. Got back-to-back home games this week, in fact. Home on Saturday, home again on Tuesday. First game, Sheffield Wednesday.
They're doing alright, aren't they?
They're not doing too bad. Monk? Yeah, Monk's just gone in there, hasn't he?
Monkey.
So obviously, ex-manager.
I don't think he's going to come off the bench and score though.
Well, strangely
Might.
enough, it's the last team he played as Borough manager. Not feeling super confident. I think we could be that team potentially this season that draws a lot of games. There's always one team
You wish you were
every
drawing.
season. There's always one team every season that they end up drawing like 20 of the 46 games, and I reckon it could be Borough this season. So this will be the start of a run of no wins, I don't think. So stick me down for a 1-1.
You know when you said that Stoke or Huddersfield are going to pick up a win in the next couple of weeks? Can I just draw your attention to that game on Wednesday?
Oh God!
Are they playing each other?
Stoke versus Huddersfield on Wednesday.
Somebody's got to win. 0-0. Your goal scorers are...
Did anyone play for Wednesday? Stick me down for Adam Reach for for Wednesday.
Is he
He's
an
at
ex?
Borough.
I can't believe he actually goes with this.
It's been fairly sound. In fact,
I love how
the
he's got
week that
a
he
system.
didn't pick
Yeah.
was the person that scored.
What score are you going for? Sorry, I missed the
One
score.
apiece.
One apiece. So who's the Borough?
Just stick me down for Britt Somberlonger. He hasn't scored for a while.
Have you not got no ex Wednesdays?
I don't think so. I'm trying to think off the top of my head. Shotton scored against them a couple of seasons ago.
James Panas.
For Borough Wednesday.
Oh.
Let me consult my table.
Wednesday doing well. I think they're 6th.
I tell you what. I know.
Fourth,
Every
maybe?
year, it's tight. It's tight.
It is. It
You've
will
got
be.
4 points. In fact, you've
Couple
got
of
5.
teams, couple of teams in false positions though. QPR won't be anywhere near that at the end of the season.
You've got 5 points from 1st to 13th. Right? How many points clear in Liverpool at the top of the Premier League?
5.
5 points. And that's after 6 games rather than 8. There's a bit of a gap between Cardiff and the rest, which you're included in.
Name me the front line of the Wednesday team.
Who plays with Fletcher?
It changes. Sometimes they have like a massive tall guy called at the New You
That'll do.
up there, but he doesn't play all the time.
Fletcher plays those, doesn't he?
Oh, although to be fair, against Fulham on Saturday, he did score. New You.
New you.
New You.
Me.
The new
James
you.
Panas. I'm going to have to press you.
Fletcher plays up top on his own, apparently. With himself.
I'm going to go 1-0 Wednesday with Fletcher.
Wouldn't surprise me.
Okay.
They beat us.
What?
They beat us last year in
Just copy it.
inside the River Dance.
You didn't go for Fletcher?
No, I didn't. I went for that score though.
I didn't realise it was like a draft. Like once someone's got that
So
score,
have you gone for a Wednesday win?
Yeah, just a little 1-0.
Interesting.
because we all think your team's shit houses.
That is true.
I think I backed
True story, bro.
Middlesbrough last week, and I shouldn't have done because obviously, they're Middlesbrough.
That is true.
Right.
Oh,
more games.
Can I just get one little
Digging.
this week in football?
Absolutely.
Derby's last minute equaliser against Leeds. Amazing.
Didn't see it. But obviously it's a goal against Leeds, so hilarious.
Led for 70 minutes. Oh no.
Absolutely brilliant. It's just the fact that like when he's not making, hit after hit with Coldplay, it's nice that Chris Martin can chill out on a football pitch and score goals.
More games.
Yes. Tuesday.
Wednesday.
We skip forward to Tuesday.
Oh, yeah, it's Tuesday, not Wednesday. We are away
Correct.
at Blackburn.
A long trip.
Oh, you've got a toughie.
A long trip to Ewood Park.
You have got a toughie.
Home to Preston. Don't like it. Don't like it one bit.
I think we did Preston. Or did we get a draw or a win against Preston?
I don't know if it definitely, but I'm pretty sure Preston might have been the second game in our run of 6 without so much as a sniff.
And you're at home to Preston.
Home to Preston.
We'll let him go first. We'll do the middles ones first.
Technically, it's Blackburn Forest is the first in the list. Ooh, big game though. Leeds West Brom. Ooh,
Yeah.
toughy. Oh, and on Monday it's Man United Arsenal. Will Ollie be able to bounce back with a win? Pretty sure they've got a cup game tonight or tomorrow. No, it must be tomorrow.
Rochdale.
So you're predicting the Borough game first?
Borough versus Preston. Yeah, I don't like it. Preston have started well. I'll go 1-2. Middlesbrough 1, Preston 2. I just think at this particular point in the season they're stronger than us. They're a bit better drilled. We're still finding our form, shape, presence, style. So I think they're better equipped to eke out the victory. And they are third in the table. So
There are a lot of big games out there at the moment. Because who did Preston play this week? It was Swansea. Bristol was the big one, wasn't it?
Your goal scorers.
Fletch. Preston got a 1-0 win away at Birmingham. Fletcher for the Berg. And for Preston, I'll go Barkhazen.
No.
That's definitely not.
That's who I'd be going with. But is he not playing?
Neither.
Who did he top scorer in the league?
Jaden Stockley. I'll go for him to get one.
Okay.
I'm predicting Middlesbrough to lose twice 1-0 this week. So 0-1 with Johnson.
Johnson.
Yeah, well, I'm with you. I don't think Middlesbrough are going to win this game. Another one where fuck it. I was going to go 1-0, but so I've gone 2.
You need some players, don't you?
I'll just make something out of this.
I wonder if he's going Johnson and Barkhuizen.
You are correct.
Well, I was going to say I can give you some more.
No, it's fine.
Okay.
We don't bet on the players, so it's just for our benefits.
Yeah.
Blackburn versus Nottingham.
I think that's. Can I jump straight in?
Counts.
Blackburn 1, Forest 2. I'm backing them solidly at the moment.
Goal scorers.
Is Danny Graham getting a game regular?
I think he is then.
Because I kind of want to.
He's the main star.
I want to veer away from Dak.
He is the main
star
star
last week. Danny Graham.
For Blackburn.
Yeah. And for Forest, it's a bit difficult because obviously I'm predicting a game when they've got 2 games before that game to know who's going to be playing. But
So grab him.
yeah,
He always scores, Definitely getting crocked in one of these games coming up.
More than likely.
Let's have a go at Lolly this time round.
Lolly.
I nearly went for Cavalier, but
A little bit of lolly action.
yeah, I've gone back in for these now.
You had your little break.
So what are you thinking, Andy?
2-0 to the Forest. Bringing out an old faithful on this one. Lolly and Cash. Paul Williams.
I also think it will be 2-0 Forest.
I just find it weird that you think they've got more of a chance against Blackburn.
Graben.
You love Uncle Albert, you do.
I do, but not in
for
this game.
What are you thinking, Michael Dawson?
Carvalho.
It was nearly my pick.
I could have guessed. Right, so that's everything. I presume we're doing 2 doubles.
We'll do 2 sets of 2, yeah.
Yeah.
Right, so
We won't be able to
give
get on
me-
next week, so will we?
We might be able to. I'll have a look. So, Stoke versus Nottingham Forest. James.
0-3.
Wow. That is absolutely outrageous. 40 to 1.
The man hates money, let's face it.
The man just loves Forest.
Man's not hot.
Who said?
Middlesbrough Sheffield Wednesday.
0-1.
7 to 1. So, Nottingham Forest 3-0 at 40 to 1 and Sheffield Wednesday 1-0 at
This
7
doesn't
to
sound
1.
great.
A double of 327 to 1.
It's not my worst.
What your worst?
Oh, I'd love it if we won that.
Can you imagine?
Please,
Right, Andy, what did you have for Middlesbrough versus Sheffield Wednesday? 0-1
I did.
7 to 1.
7 to 1.
And Stoke versus Nottingham Forest?
0-2.
0-2.
25? 18?
14s.
Bit
So,
of a jump
Andy's
from 2
double
to 3.
is
isn't it?
119 to 1.
That's a massive jump from 2 to 3.
Feels about right. Right, and I had 1-0 Stoke at
You just
13.
aiming for your
13
odds to
to
be
2.
around the 100 mark. The lucky 100 mark. What was that one?
I had 13 to 2, Stoke 1-0. And I believe I had Middlesbrough Forest 1-1.
Middlesbrough Forest.
Indeed.
Middlesbrough Wednesday
I was gonna
1-1
say.
at 5 to 1. Giving a modest double
Oh,
of 44 to 1.
Really?
It's not even worth winning.
It's not
I
even
wouldn't be
worth
getting out of
winning.
bed for it,
Oh.
personally, but adding it to the
So
rest.
you can back the week after.
Can we? excellent stuff.
Oh, no. I scratched that. You can just back the result. So we'll have to do the bets live for next week as we're recording.
Is that everything you cover for that section?
I think so. I think it's Queejabo time.
Ooh. I will retrieve the new pens that were per
You still
day.
don't use your pen from Stu, do you?
He took it home and then right back.
He made that. He got you that for the quiz.
I think he made it.
Didn't make it.
I made it.
I believe it's that way around. Take one and pass it on.
Cheers.
Now then, it's quiz time.
Quiz.
As I was telling to these gentlemen beforehand, the criteria for the quiz is, if I don't have a quiz, which this week I did not, I run headfirst towards the internet. And I say to the internet, please can you give me a very, 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 very hard football quiz? And this week the internet did not disappoint. So, 90min.com.
Excellent. I've frequented that website before
That
for
was
quizzes.
my worry. The impossible, in capital letters, football quiz. Are you tough enough to handle it? Paul, can you tell me now if you know of this quiz?
I cannot say I have recollection of that
It's
quiz.
from 2015.
I would be very surprised if I've done it.
Right.
How many questions, Andrew?
There are 16
Ooh,
questions.
Controversial amount there.
a strange number.
I will also be playing.
Ooh, lovely.
Let's get cracking because we're on a
Tight schedule.
schedule. Question number 1. How many clubs have played in the English Premier League since its inception in 1992?
And this is dated 2015 then.
Ah, that's a point.
I've got a multiple choice,
Alright, okay.
Okay.
but 3 choices. I mean,
Okay.
And it would appear that that's the... Anyway, let's crack on. 44, 47, or 50?
Don't write A, B, or C.
I've written the number.
That's fine.
Question number 2. What does the acronym UEFA stand for?
Oh my god.
Your options: Union of European Football Associations, United European Football Assembly, Unified European Federal Association.
Jesus Christ. I have put the number on that, or the letter on that one.
I am writing it out.
Wow. Question 3. Ernest Magnal is the only man in history to have done what?
Fucking
Ernest?
hell.
Magnal, Mangnall.
Mangnall. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, I'm none the wiser then. Who's
Was
this
it? Managed Man United and Man City. Managed Liverpool and Everton. Managed Newcastle and Sunderland. Interesting. Question number 4. When were non-European players eligible to win the Ballon d'Or for the first time?
Oh my god, this really is an impossible quiz.
Like I said, when I saw the questions for this and I was like, with my limited knowledge, I was like, that's this week's quiz. 1991, 1993, or 1995?
I think to be picking a lot of answers from the same batch. Like the same option. Which is not good.
I have not been writing the option, I've been writing the answer as
Well, so that-
instructed.
But apart from the second choice. Apart from the second.
Number 5. Which of these clubs has never been crowned champions of Italy?
Right?
I never know.
Oh, love it.
Palermo?
No, it's Bologna.
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 Yeah. Udinese.
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 Genoa.
Genoa.
I
That's tough.
Give them again. Bologna.
Yep.
Udinese
yeah.
and Genoa.
Genoa.
Yep. Question number 6. How many times has the World Cup been held outside of Europe? And I will remind you of the date that this quiz was created. 9, 10 or 11?
Wouldn't matter.
I know.
Question 7.
Whoa,
Hang on.
Whoa.
Question 7.
Hang on.
TikTok.
I'm counting.
3, 2, 1. Question 7.
What were the answers?
9, 10, 11? Was it? Yeah, 9, 10, 11. Question 7. In which Gulf city would you find the clubs Al Wasson, Al Ali, Al Shabab, and Al Nassar?
Did you say city or
State.
country?
Gulf city. Your options: Abu Dhabi, Doha, Dubai.
Okay. Scratch
What
that
did you
out
think
then.
it was going to be?
I thought it was Cairo. So what were the options?
Abu Dhabi, Doha, Dubai.
God.
Question number 8. Often wrongly referred to as the Russian linesman, which other Soviet republic was infamous 1966 World Cup final assistant Tofik Bramov actually from? I mean, that couldn't have had any more words in that question, could it?
So it's classed as Soviet, but it's like what actual
So
country
he was-
within
he was
the
classed
Soviet
as
Well, he
Union?
was
Russian
always said to be the
linesman.
Russian linesman, but he's
But
not actually
where
from
was he
there.
actually from?
He's just a USSR
Well,
official.
Azerbaijan,
Oh, all right then.
Kazakhstan, Belarus. Number 9. Which Portuguese club handed Jose Mourinho his first managerial appointment? Was it Sporting CP, Porto, or Benfica? Oh, I mean, I really wish I'd have gone through this quiz.
go on.
Have we already discussed one of these answers?
I honestly don't know how we're going to do this one. I'm going to have to show it to you.
Go on.
Alright, okay.
Question 10.
Where is this?
Which of these players' names is spelled incorrectly?
Okay.
I mean,
Right, that's fine. So hide your previous answer if you
I
can.
have. So I would advise. I mean, for
We'll-
the people-
I will
for the
read it
people
out,
at
we'll
home,
read it out.
You'll have to read it out.
So the three options are Jakub Blazikovsky, Diniyar Bilyaletdinov, used to play for Everton, excellent.
Obviously.
Socrates Papastopoulos.
Is that number 10?
But it's a spelling.
That is number 10. So which of these player names is spelled incorrectly? Jakub Blazikovsky, Diniyar Bilyaletdinov. Bilyaletdinov.
I don't know
yeah,
why I'm
that's right.
checking the spelling on the one I'm writing down
Socrates.
because I'm saying that it's wrong.
It's wrong.
Papasta. Fucking hell. Papas Thatopoulos. Papastopoulos. Sorry, I've just sort of like spat on your TV screen there.
Alright.
I've inadvertently scrolled down too far as well. But I won't change my answer.
Yeah, really should have gone through this quiz because this is a video that you need to watch. So I'll talk to the people at home while you guys are sorting it out. Question 11. Who is this famous forward associated with the legendary Hungarian team of the 1950s? There is a video.
Don't need it. Don't need it.
There's only one.
Don't need it.
It's just repeating over and over again. I don't know if that camera's picking that up.
Yeah.
So it's either Florian Albert, Sandoro Kossis, Lazalo Kubala.
Okay, I'm going to need those options.
Did you? I think you were.
Frank Puskás.
Yes. Can we?
We're going to
see the video
have to
now?
look at it then. Right, so Florian Albert, Sander Coxis, Laszlo Kubala.
Yeah, the video really helped me, by the way. That.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, big time.
Massive help.
massive help.
12 out of 16. Which of these countries did the great Alfredo Di
I hate this
Stefano
question.
Not play for?
never represent at international level? Was it Colombia, Spain, Uruguay?
I'm not even sure on this.
I've put an answer, but
Question 13.
It's 50-50.
this could be low scoring.
It's 50-50 on that
I
one.
think so.
How many national associations make up FIFA?
Ooh.
205,
Oh.
In 2015.
209, 213.
Bear in mind, there's some nations like Gibraltar's not recognised by FIFA, but it is by UEFA.
I mean,
I think Kosovo.
Is that true of Kosovo? Yeah.
okay, what is this Brazilian star's full name?
And it's a picture of. Oh, it's Kaká. So the options are
Ricardo Isaacson dos Santos Leite
Leite, Ricardo Luis Pozzi Rodriguez,
or Ricardo Alexandre Martin Suarez
Pereira.
Pereira.
Jesus Christ. I'm just going to put the initials of the answer that I think it is.
Okay, I'll do the same.
It's just on me. Oh yeah, they call him Ricky Kaká, and I was like, that doesn't help us.
Do they call him Ricky Kaká?
Apparently so. Like some people call him Ricky Kaká.
Question 15.
Yes.
On the 28th of April, 1923,
Gonna be cutting this fine.
Bolton Wanderers won the first FA Cup final ever played at Wimbledon Stadium.
Wembley.
At Wembley, even. But who did they beat on that historic day?
Alright, yeah.
Preston North End, West Ham United, or Liverpool?
Oh Jesus.
And your 16th and final question. Which of these clubs has won the most top flight National League titles? Bayern Munich, AC Milan, or Barcelona? I thought I was doing really well.
Right.
I shit the bed.
Gonna have to rattle through these.
Yeah. So, going
Do
all
we
the way
think
back
before we
to-
do, has this been a leveller?
I think
You know,
massively,
like
massively so.
Question
like
number
a
1.
wobbly pitch.
How many cups have played in the English Premier League since its inception in 1992?
47.
Is the correct answer.
Oh dear. It's not
Wheat.
a great start. It's not a great start.
Number 2, what does the acronym UEFA stand for?
A.
I went for C.
Union of European Football
It's B then.
Associations.
I mean, I'm loving this because A is the correct answer.
Oh my
The
god,
Union of
I'm going to
European
get
Football
absolutely
Associations.
smoked here.
Question 3, Ernest Magnell is the only man in history to have done what?
Newcastle and Sunderland.
Yeah, I can't think of him ever managing Liverpool and Everton or anything like that.
That's what I went, but then I got it wrong.
It's alright because he didn't get it right.
It's Man United and Man City.
What? What's his name?
Magnol.
When were non-European players eligible to win the Ballon d'Or for the first time?
95?
95.
I went with 95. And I got it right. Number 5. Which of these clubs has never been crowned champions of Italy?
Genoa.
Udinese.
He's pulled one back. I got that one right.
Do you know what? They were the only ones I thought had.
No.
How many times has the World Cup been held outside of Europe?
Do you know I was trying to use any time for this?
I was trying to work it out. 10?
I've gone for 9.
It's 10.
Oh, name them.
I was trying to work backwards, and I got as far as.
So I'd got Brazil twice.
So it started. I think the first one was in Uruguay.
Yeah, I've got Uruguay 1.
Brazil twice.
Mexico twice.
Mexico twice.
USA.
USA. South Africa.
South Korea.
South Korea.
And then I've got Argentina. That's where I got to my 9.
Chile.
Has there been one in Chile?
Yeah.
See Chile.
And there'll be another. Oh yeah.
No, that is 10.
10.
Alright, I just missed Chile. Fair
In
enough.
which Gulf city would you find the clubs, all of those clubs?
Absolute guess, Doha.
Dubai I went for.
See, I went with Doha. It's Dubai. Question 8. Oh, this was the Russian guy, wasn't it?
That could be right actually. I
Or
went
is
for,
it-
I
or
went
is
for
it-
Azerbaijan.
I went for the nearly Russian, the Belarusian.
I went with Belarus. I got it wrong. It is Azerbaijan.
Oh, is it really?
You shit the bed on this, haven't you? Which
Not a great start, but I've
Portuguese-
been pulling it back ever since.
Which Portuguese club handed Jose Mourinho his first managerial appointment?
I was expecting not one of those 3 clubs, so I've just gone Porto.
Yeah, I thought it was like Vitoria Guimarães or whatever it is. I'm pretty sure it's Benfica.
I've gone Porto. I don't know.
Benfica.
I was
Because
expecting
he
one of
wasn't,
the lower
he
ones.
wasn't at Benfica for long. I think he was at Benfica for like 6 months.
I was
or something
expecting
like
to hear like Braga come out or something like that.
no.
Which of these player names is spelt incorrectly? I mean,
I've gone for the Dinijar one.
No, I think that one is spelled right. I went for Blazhkovsky.
I thought that was the only one I was fairly confident was spelled right.
I don't think
so. We all went with 3 different answers.
Did you get it right?
I didn't get it right.
Oh.
So one of you got it right, James Panas.
Billy
He was the only
Letninov.
one that I was confident on.
Who is this famous forward associated with the legendary Hungarian team of the 1950s?
Well, if it's not Puskas, it's definitely got to be Florian Albert.
Yeah, I went for the Laszlo Kubala.
So obviously it's the other guy,
So neither of us got it right.
Sandor Kocsis.
Coxus.
Question 12. Which of these countries did the great Alfredo Di Stefano never represent at international level?
Uruguay.
Uruguay. 13. How many national associations make up FIFA?
209.
213.
Yes, I like it.
Oh, no.
209.
I thought it was something
Oh
like
my god.
that now.
If this turns out that we're going to need a tiebreaker.
I ain't got time.
14. What is this Brazilian star's full name?
RLDR.
I went RLPR. I think you've misspelled it.
LRPR.
RLPR.
Yeah.
What?
We've just got
Initials.
initials.
We wrote the-
RLPR is wrong.
Right, okay.
Right, okay, we both got it wrong then.
What was it then? What is his full name?
Ricardo Lazek, Dos Santos.
Oh, okay.
Letter.
I tried to stay away from Dos Santos because they've all got Dos Santos.
Question 15. On the 28th of April 1923, Bolton Wanderers
both
won
got the same,
the
yeah.
first FA Cup final ever played at Wembley Stadium. But who did they beat on that historic day?
PNE.
I've gone also Preston.
Well, you're both wrong.
Okay.
It was West Ham.
Excellent.
And your final one. Which of these clubs has won the most top-flight National League titles?
Munich.
I've gone Munich.
Is the correct answer.
Yeah.
Score to beat, 6 out of 16.
Oh God.
He's done him.
No, I
Done
don't
him
think
by
he
one,
has.
hasn't he?
He's done me before.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
1,
8.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
6, 7, 8.
I enjoyed it though. It was.
That was a good
it
quiz.
was tough.
I said, didn't I?
There was a few guessy ones in there though. It just didn't go my way.
Well, sometimes,
Absolutely for me.
Sometimes they do.
Oh,
sometimes
no!
they don't.
Oh no, we both got. I was like, I put it down wrong. It was wrong.
Any other business, gentlemen?
I think that's it.
I liked that.
That was a good one.
That again.
I will.
Not that exact same one. That's a bit boring. But
Well,
you-
I will endeavour to bring you more of the same. I can't promise. So that's it from me,
that's it
From me. And it's it from him.
and it's it from him.
Yeah.
Thank you very much,
See you
gentlemen.
next week, folks.
Let's do it again.
We'll see you another time.
Bye.
Goodbye. Goodbye.
So there you go. What do you think of that? Another one done. Another one in the bag. Another week closer to whatever it is you're looking forward to. Football. So, yeah, YouTube watchers, make sure you're YouTube subscribers, click for notifications, throw some likes and comments and all of that good stuff. Everybody jump over to thecookiecast.com, send us some social media love, send us an email, all of that stuff. So there we go, another one done and another week gone. Until next week, I'm going to say bye and I'll see you then. Bye.